Does the dog have a Buddha nature or not? Joshu says no. All right, we're jumping into non-duality. Hopefully you've seen the non-duality video. Just to very quickly explain it, it's like a coin. Coin has, you flip a coin, you put your hand out, and it's showing heads. And I point to the coin, and I don't want you to see heads. I want you to see the coin. I always want you to see the coin. And a lot of these koans, and in fact, the foundation of these koans, the totality of these koans, are about seeing non-duality, about seeing the Tao, about seeing the Buddha nature. Uh, um, about, it gets a little meta sometimes, they talk about Buddha nature, about seeing, they talk about Tao too. Anyway, they talk about seeing the non-dual. So a lot of the times, every single one of these koans, they are flipping a coin and showing you heads or tails or whatever, and they ask you, what is it? And the answer is always the same. The answer is always, it's the coin. But you're going to be confused. You're going to be very confused because you're going to be seeing heads, and you're going to be seeing tails. You're going to be seeing the yin, you're going to be seeing the yang, but the answer is always yin yang. All right, so as it applies to this, does a dog have Buddha nature? No. We've talked about it before. That's the wrong answer. Joshu is giving the wrong answer. However, right and wrong is a duality. Is it right or is it wrong? Well, it's beyond rightness and it's beyond wrongness. It's trans correct, we'll say. The answer, so when presented with something that's wrong, if you're analyzing it as wrong, you're doing too much. If you're analyzing it as right, you're also doing too much. You want to see beyond rightness and you want to see beyond wrongness. You want to see, I guess this would be the ability to evaluate. That's the duality of rightness and wrongness, the judgment at all. You want to see judgment itself. And then, of course, judgment, you want to go beyond judgment. Judgment is any evaluation, right? Or then any emotion, and then any thought, and so on, all the way up to the Tao. You always want to see Tao. So we're given really small dualities, and we want to break through those. We're given left and right, and we want to see direction. But then we're always going to go all the way up to Tao, or Buddha nature. So rightness and wrongness, just a duality we need to see beyond. Farther, the monk and the dog. So we've got characters in this koan. We've got Joshu, a very wise Buddhist priest. We've got a monk, questioning, having expectations, having doubts, or just treating dogs poorly. And we have a dog. So we've got three characters. But non-duality is saying that we've got character here and character there. They are one. There's not a separation. So there are different ways to see this. There are different ways of analyzing this. We'll start with the first one, the monk and the dog. So the monk is asking if he himself is liberated. Do I have Buddha nature is the question. Do I have Buddha nature? Me, I'm a person who just started meditating. I'm new to the practice. I'm in the monk's shoes here. I am new to this, or I have all these flaws, or I have all these issues. Am I liberated myself? Do I have Buddha nature? That is the question that the monk is asking. So that's one way of analyzing it. And of course, we've talked about before, when you have your own expectations of things, if you think that you are not enlightened, then you are not enlightened. Stop thinking. If you think that you're not enlightened, then you have a concept of what enlightenment is, and your concept is wrong. Get rid of the concept. And that is what Joshu is pointing out. Joshu understands that if you're thinking that you are not enlightened, the monk is thinking that the monk is not enlightened. The monk is seeing himself as a dog. The monk has a conception of what enlightenment is, and he doesn't quite understand it. He doesn't get it. So Joshu is seeing all that and saying, no, you are wrong because you don't know what enlightenment is. You don't even know you are yourself. You don't understand yourself enough. Go meditate, essentially. That's one non-dual analysis. And then, of course, Joshu and the dog may be one. So a monk is asking, does a dog have Buddha nature? And Joshu doesn't even see a dog. There is no dog to Joshu because there's only him. It'd be like asking, if I pinch my hand, pinching my hand right now, I'm doing it, pinching my hand. the question is my hand suffering? Is my hand suffering? Well, no, of course my hand isn't suffering. I'm suffering. The hand is just being a hand. Hand is handness. But I am suffering. I have the qualities the hand doesn't. Similar to this. Does the dog have Buddha nature? Joshu says, no. Joshu is the dog, right? So the dog doesn't have Buddha nature. Joshu has the Buddha nature, right? The hand doesn't have Buddha nature. I have Buddha nature. So that's what he's answering in that sense, in this non-dual analysis. And then, of course, it could be that the monk and Joshu are one. So when you're asking the question about yourself, or you're asking a question about yourself, you're asking the question about something else. And this is how you treat other things. So I treat, like when I spill coffee on myself and I say, stupid coffee, I'm treating the coffee as if it doesn't have Buddha nature. I'm asking the question myself to the coffee, about the coffee, and I'm answering it myself to the coffee, about the coffee, by being mean to it. And you can do this with everything in your life. If you're treating something poorly, you're asking yourself, does this have Buddha nature? And you're answering no. This is Joshu and the monk being the same, and the dog being, of course, the dog is applying to anything. It's not just a dog, it applies to everything. So if you kick your pillow around your room, you are the monk asking yourself, does this pillow have Buddha nature? And you yourself are answering no. Treating the pillow without compassion. However, the plea is to treat everything with compassion, to see the Buddha nature in everything. You, the monk and Joshu being the same, the questioner and the answer being the same, and treating everything with compassion, and seeing the beauty and the life and the flicker of enlightenment with everything, seeing the Buddha nature in everything and treating it accordingly. We're going to stick there with our non-dual analysis. It can get even more complicated with, the question being and the answer being a part of it, and so on and so forth. You can get real crazy with these really simple ones. It gets really complicated. But that's our non-dual analysis. We'll just stick it there. The monk and the dog are one, asking, somebody doubting themselves about themselves. Joshu and the dog are one, so there's no separation. You can't see that the dog doesn't have Buddha nature. He has Buddha nature. Everything he has Buddha nature. And then the monk or Joshu are one. So one person doubting the world, or one person treating the world in a specific way. Anyway, that's where we'll stay today. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Give it a non-dual analysis. Oh my gosh, silly jokes. Never mind. Just give it a thumbs up if you like it. And thumbs down if you don't like it. Comment down below if there's more to this that you think, or any other dualities that you want to point out. That'd be interesting. So yeah, comment down below and subscribe for more. Hit the notification bell because there will be more. We got to go into the commentary. I'll be jumping right into that. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.